So, yes, so today we're going to talk about the idea of what it means to modify contact with a narcissist and or a toxic family system. And while this topic is quite broad and there's a lot to it, it's a complex topic, I'm going to touch on it today. I'm just kind of going to open the box because we're going to be talking about this topic a lot in this community. And there is going to be a section in the course, in the master course, that's going to address this. And it's going to be a large part of that section because it's a very important topic. But I'm just going to open up the topic today first by just talking about why would anyone want to do this? I feel like that's important to understand why you or anyone would want or need to change the way they are contacted by or contact someone in their life that may be narcissistic. And why that might also include not just someone who's narcissistic, but perhaps the system that surrounds them and the system that connects you to that person. Okay, this is not something that anyone does lightly because this is a big deal. Changing the way that you communicate with someone, especially if it's someone you've been in a relationship with for a very long time, is no small matter. It's not, the decision isn't made lightly. Typically it's not something you can do overnight. It's not just like, okay, oh, no problem, done. Got that task done. Check it off your to-do list. It's not like that. It's something that we do because we're in what's called the healing container, or we want to get in the healing container. And I'm going to tell you what the healing container is. The healing container is the space that you create with boundaries in order to be able to feel safe and to be able to get into a coherent space, meaning your nervous system isn't getting constantly triggered by toxic interactions with people who are toxic, narcissists or not, whatever. And that you are calming your nervous system and you're able to get in that healing container, and that basically there's no more negative influences, or the least amount of negative influences in your field as possible, so that you can turn within. Because you can't do that till you feel safe. If you don't feel safe, if you're walking around your life every day, walking on eggshells, and every time you get a text, oh God, and every time the phone rings, and you just know, that's what life is like when a narcissist is around. You're walking on eggshells. No matter who it is in your life, you never know. Maybe they ghosted you for a while, but you never know when they're going to text you or call you or email you, and you never know what their mood is going to be. And even though maybe sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not. So no matter what, you're always bracing for impact. And you may not realize it, but you're doing this all the time when those lines of communication are open. It's kind of like having the back door open in your house, not locking it and making sure it's secure. The back door is open, and you never know if there's an invader coming in. Maybe an invader never comes in, but if there's a threat of it, if there's a chance it could happen, having the back door open just isn't smart, right? You just lock your door before you go to sleep at night because you're protecting yourself. So it's a lot like that. And the reason we do it is because until we can create a healing container, we can't fully heal our nervous system, and we can't turn within, and we can't find our own voice, the places inside ourselves where we're looking for those unmet needs, those beliefs, those limiting beliefs, those core beliefs that have set us up for the trauma that we're experiencing, the patterns of engaging with toxic people, because we're so distracted all the time and worried and fearful that we can't focus on what we're really feeling on the inside, what's really going on, right? We can't focus. And that's a lot of times why it takes so long to see the truth about these relationships, why, you know, we sometimes we stop and go, oh my God, I can't believe I have been allowing this to happen for so long. I can't believe I've been letting this person treat me this way. I can't believe I didn't see this, that this was unhealthy before. It's because that's what narcissists do. They keep you off balance all the time. You know, they're creating drama. They create cognitive dissonance to keep you kind of confused and dazed and distracted, so that you can't tune in and go, hey, you know, go to your center. And the other thing is, we're kind of addicted to it. Okay, so I mean, it's just the way it is. Our chemistry, you know, we have a certain chemistry. I know you all understand this. You understand that there's a set point, that our physiology is a set point for, you know, happiness and joy and good feelings. And if our chemistry for a very long time is set to where we are constantly getting these hits of stress hormones that come from interacting with threatening or dangerous situations, people, you know, crises, drama. There's a certain chemistry that goes along with that. So whether you like it or not, you're addicted to the chemistry. Okay. No judgment, no judgment. Okay, that's another reason why we do the modified or no contact, is because it's almost like, you know, you're trying to quit a substance. Like, you know, you've got to kind of look at it like that. And it's, you know, it's important to realize that your system will actually crave the interaction with this toxic person, even though you know it's bad for you. You know it's bad for you, but you'll, once it's gone, you'll crave it. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. But your body will be missing that chemical cocktail, right? So it's kind of like I said, it's kind of like, you know, either going cold turkey, you know, stopping a substance. It's a lot like that. Okay. So we're talking about the why. I may have gone off track there. I got to check myself. Sometimes I do that. I go, woo, all around, just like in an EFT session, you know, the client takes you all over and it's like, where are we going? No, we're coming back around now. The why we're doing this. So there's different reasons why you would modify the way that you allow someone to contact you and communicate with you. And also why you would modify the way you contact and communicate with them. So it's both ways. It's really both ways. So you're modifying like kind of your internal process, and you're modifying the way you engage with this person. And so it is creating boundaries for them and for you. All right. And we do this again because we want to heal our nervous system. We want to create boundaries with people in our world, because boundaries are like the way that we, you know, do self-care. It's the way that we're autonomous with others. It's the way that we can be authentic. You know, when we're learning to set boundaries, and we never knew how, and we start learning how to set them. At first, it seems hard because we think that just because we put a boundary in place, it's permanent. Like, you know, it's black and white thinking, right? It's like, if I do this, then I have to do it for the rest of my life. And I can't imagine doing that for the rest of my life. That seems so harsh, or such a strong reaction, or too rigid, or, you know, and I just want to invite you, if that's something that, you know, you're thinking or feeling, is that boundaries are flexible, like anything in life. They don't have to be permanent, and they can shift and change with the changing, you know, circumstances. Just like if you think about when you interact with other people's energy fields, if you're just walking around in your day, and I know that everyone does this. So do you ever notice that some people, you know, you interact with their energy field, and you notice you'll modify how close you stand to them, or you'll pull your energy back, or you'll maybe share less with them or more with them, just depending on how safe they feel to you, depending on how well you know them, or what kind of vibe they're giving off, and that's called flexible boundaries. Like most people who are not trauma survivors, and believe me, there's a lot of people who have trauma and don't even know they do, but once they learn, because sometimes you just have to learn this, they're really good at having flexible boundaries, and they're cool with it. They're cool with saying no. They're cool with their boundaries. People that understand how healthy they are, they can just do them. But people like us who have to work at it, and maybe we're never taught that boundaries are healthy, or that you not even know what they are, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of commitment. And so you have to remember that just because you set a boundary with someone or something doesn't mean it's forever. It can be adjusted according to circumstances, like according to maybe yourself. Like maybe you feel differently one day, you've done some healing and you've done a lot of work and you're not getting triggered, and you can loosen a boundary around someone or something, So keep that in mind when we're talking about boundaries.